don't start yet. I forgot to put out the plant. Go. All right. Okay. Okay, I did it. Ready? Go. Hello, and welcome to Living Best, the program that tells you how to live. I'm Chris Baylett. Our guest tonight is Jim Luther. Jim is the best-selling and beloved author of Let Your Light Shine and Blind Everyone Else. True Communication, Using Optional Words, Make People Believe You Are Sexy, and 10 other works of inspirational self-help. His latest book is Never Tell the Truth, Why Deceit is the Key to Life's Success. And he's here to talk about it tonight. Chris, I am so happy to be here to talk about this book. So, Jim, well, you've been out on the workshop circuit for so many years now, and well, you've helped so many people move their lives forward in such amazing ways. What made you decide to write this book? Well, Chris, here's the thing. Deceit has been on the rise lately. From sex to elections, it seems like nobody is telling the truth anymore. And nobody seems to care. And I say, finally, we are at a point in our history where we can tell the truth about lying. In this book, I explore all the varieties of deceit, from straight up falsification to gently shading the truth. And with a few easy to remember slogans, I show you how to be successful at each one. The first one, drum roll please. Keep the truth out of sight and you'll be all right. Well, Jim, that's a rather unusual approach. I mean, most self-help authors, I think, would say the opposite. They say you should find your inner truth and be as authentic as possible. Oh yes, they'd say that. But they're lying to you. What is the most common interaction that any of us have every day? Someone says, "How are you?" Now, if you asked me that question, would I tell you the truth about my life? Would I tell you about the great sex I had last night or the itchy athlete's foot that's driving me crazy? No, of course not. Not unless I was completely socially inept. No, the thing is, we all understand intuitively that when people ask, "How are you?" they don't really want to know. Well, yes, okay, sure, but are you advocating adding that kind of superficiality to every area of life? Yes, I am. Look, there's just too much conflict in the world. I think we can all agree on that. Now, conflict makes for good literature, war and peace, but it makes for a lousy life. One of the things that causes conflict is I say something and you don't like what I have to say. So why not just lighten up on the truth telling a little bit and focus on the things that are going to cause the least problems? Now, it may seem like I am advocating conflict avoidance, and I am. I mean, what is the worst thing that can happen to you in life? Is it getting cancer or losing your job? No. I mean, as horrible as those things are, the worst thing is being rejected. We all know from kindergarten on forward that if you really want to hurt someone, you ostracize them, avoid them, tell them you don't want them around. As we know from my previous book, Creating the Self You Want Them to See, What other people think is the only thing that matters. So I say, do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes so that people will accept you. Hide everything about your true self if you have to. That is how to live a happier life. But Jim, you seem to assume that, well, if people see the truth about us, that they're not going to like it. Why do you say that? Well, that one's easy. Our culture is based upon the idea that deep down within each one of us is something horrible and evil and unspeakable. You, me, Barack Obama, Mother Teresa, J-Lo, all of us. Original sin has us by the throat, and there's nothing we can do about it. And it gets worse. Have you ever heard that expression, the truth will out? It's from Shakespeare or the Bible or something. I don't know, one of them. Right? What it means is that eventually all that evil in us is going to be seen. It's like we're all living in a detective story. And just like the bad guys, eventually we're going to get caught. If not here and now, then there and then. So what do we do about this situation? Well, our culture offers us two possibilities. First, you can improve yourself. Eat better, make more money, be more productive, everything that these self-help books here, not mine, but the self-help books would tell you to do. Basically, it's the Protestant work ethic. Now, the self-help industry loves this because it keeps them in business. But the problem is, it will never work. You cannot compensate for all of your faults. So then you have to do the second thing. Confess. Confess. Confess it all. And not just pride, greed, wrath, envy, gluttony, lust, and sloth. 7, yes. But every way in which you fail to measure up to some imagined standard of perfection. I mean, it's like we're living in some giant Salem witch trial. Well, and you don't like witch trials. No, I don't. I object. Shame in feeling forbidden feelings and being flawed. That's normal. That's human. But the solution is not to trumpet it all from the rooftops and risk rejection. No. Oh, so, well, what do? You lie? Oh, no, and no. No. The problem with lying is that unless you're very, very good at it, you're going to get caught. You know those always sunshiny people who, I don't know, they smile all the time and it seems like they're never going to get mad at anything. Well, everybody knows that one day they're going to explode. I mean, they're not fooling anyone. No, the problem with lying is that when you lie, often the truth can be seen behind the lie. Plus, and you know this if you've ever tried any serious lying, it's very hard to keep track of the details. No. That's why I say, keep the truth out of sight and you'll be all right. Obfuscate, dissimulate, equivocate. If you're going out to a party and someone asks you, what do you say? Oh, I have a thing. Or you're going to therapy. You just say, I have an appointment. A sex toy gets delivered to your door in a box. You say, oh, it's just something I ordered. Well, isn't that going to make people kind of wonder what's going on? Well, yes, of course it will. But that just makes you mysterious, deep even. Plus, it means that people can look at you and they can see whoever they want to see. You can be all things to all people, and they will never even know how wrong they might be about who you truly are. Well, that is fascinating. But would you say that that's true even of the people who were closest to you? Oh, yes, absolutely. Even more so. Let's just say, hypothetically, that you did something that you shouldn't have done. Something your spouse or partner really wouldn't have wanted you to do. But you did it. Okay. So what do? Well, that's easy. You tell them. I mean, you can't let secrets fester in a relationship. Oh, yes. That's what all the self-help books would tell you. That's what they would do. Yeah, they would tell you that. They would say, you must be open. You must be authentic. You must show your vulnerability to the world. No, don't do that. It's just going to make people upset. It's actually more compassionate to keep it to yourself. You're going to want to hear about my next slogan now. Misdirection is the best protection. Now, if a politician, probably should say when a politician, is confronted for lying or having an affair or something like that, what do? They find someone to blame for something, or they start a war. I say we should be more like them. Now, we can't necessarily start a war, but we can start a home renovation project. Or we can find someone to blame for something, a common enemy, like, I don't know, a boss, or a neighbor, or a friend who forgot your birthday. It's all about misdirection. You just shift the focus to something else. Well, Jim, surely you cannot be advocating always avoiding hard conversations. Yes, I am, absolutely. But otherwise, you're going to get caught. I mean, let's just say, hypothetically, that thing you did that you shouldn't have done, let's say it happened on a trip, like on an airplane. You mean like that trip you went on last week? Yes, like that. Okay, so here's the thing. You're in an impossible situation. You just went on the trip. You can't not talk about it because that's going to seem weird and it's going to invite more questions. But if you do talk about it, well, then you risk stumbling accidentally into saying something that you shouldn't say. It's like that thing they say about don't think of an elephant and then all you can do is think of the elephant. No, you have to push the thing entirely out of your consciousness if you want to stay safe. Keep the truth away. Then you can play. Actually, that's not a bad slogan. I should remember that. And it reminds me of my next slogan. You'll like this one. Don't talk about sex or your life will be vexed. I'm sure I can't wait. Yes, because this one, well, it's actually the easiest of the slogans because no one tells the truth about sex anyway. They'll tell you that they're having lots of sex when they're really not having any. Or they'll tell you that they're not doing the things that they are doing, like, toys, outfits, special guests, late night sessions with the computer, those kinds of things. So why? Why do people lie about sex? Well, it's easy. It's because they're ashamed. They're ashamed of the things they like. They're ashamed of the things they've done. Or they're ashamed because they haven't done the things they think they should have done. I mean, it's very sad, really. Now, to combat this, you could just be countercultural. You could just talk about sex honestly anyway and make society a less shaming place. But can you imagine the consequences of that? The hassle, the condemnation. People thinking that you're a pervert or a Puritan when actually you're neither. Actually, have you ever noticed that pervert and Puritan kind of sound the same? I wonder if they're from the same Greek root or something. No, it's not worth it. Don't do it. Um, so I suppose that goes right along with not talking about what happened on the airplane trip last week. Uh, yes, 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 it does. Let's just say, hypothetically, that what happened on the trip was a sexual thing. I mean, not sex, but sexual enough to cause trouble. Why would you tell your partner about that? I mean, it's just going to make them upset. Well, what if your partner gets suspicious? What if they come straight out and ask you, did you do something on that trip last week that you're not telling me? Wait, are you asking me about my actual trip? Well, yes. Do you see anybody else here? No, no, no. And we're here to talk about the book. The book. Ask me about my next slogan. Next one. This is good. You'll like this one. It has a kind of a ring to it. Don't be spontaneous, or you'll be extraneous. That's a good one, right? Or how about ask me about this one? Hide what is real. It's not a big deal. Look, don't keep changing the subject. The book is the subject. That's why we're here. What you keep turning it into something else by not telling me what happened on the trip. Oh, I don't have to tell you what happened on the trip. It was nothing. It was nothing? Yeah, well, now you're really going to have to tell me about it. This is what I'm talking about. See, this is what happens when you get dragged into a conversation that you really shouldn't be in. Don't talk about sex or your life will be vexed. And here we go again with you changing the subject and trying to distract from what's going on. Well, yes, that is exactly what the book says I should do. Well, the book is stupid. No, the book is not stupid. This book is supposed to be our ticket out of this basement and into some kind of fame, as you very well know. And plus, you're the one who keeps asking me to talk about the trip. Oh, God, now I am bringing it up again. Stupid, stupid, stupid. I can't even follow my own advice. Chris, come on, Chris, sit. You know that this is all just for show, right? I mean, it's just to sell the book. We're not like this in real life. I mean, I tell you what's important. Oh, you do you? Okay, prove it. What happened on the plane? It was nothing. I was on the plane, and I had this great conversation with the person next to me. Okay, when it was an overnight flight, so I got tired, So I just closed my eyes, and I must have fallen asleep on this person's shoulder, and then I woke up and I went, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," and the person said, "No, actually, it's fine. Go ahead." So I don't know. I just kind of, I sort of snuggled up a little bit, and I leaned my head down, and they put their arm around me, and it was very cozy. That's it. I mean, no clothes came off. I mean, we were on a plane, for goodness sake. That's it. Okay. There was one kiss, just one, right at the end. Oh, I know. I'm such a horrible person. Oh man, because it was really great. I mean, it was nice. It was exciting. I mean, I didn't even know their name. I've never done anything like that before. I felt kind of daring. Well, then I fell asleep again. And then the plane landed, and that was it. That was it. And I knew I should have told you, but I felt so guilty. And then And then, well, I didn't really want to tell you, actually, because then you were going to get all mad. So then I tried not to say anything about it. Then that felt all weird. And so I just didn't know what to say. Let me get this straight. You cuddled and kissed on an airplane with someone you're never going to see again and whose name you don't even know? Yes, I did. I know. God, I'm so stupid. I'm such an idiot. Yeah, you are. Because if you were just a little bit smarter, you would understand that I care a lot less about some random person on an airplane than I do about the fact that you didn't trust me enough to tell me about it. Wait a minute. You mean you don't care about the cuddling? Oh, of course I care, I guess. But here you are, not saying anything. If you just told me, I would have been mad for about 2 minutes. But then you just walk around like a zombie for a week and make me feel like something's wrong with me. And then, just like you always do, you have ruined the entire book release. What? This? No, it's no problem. I'll just edit this part out. Oh, you think so, huh? We're live. We're live? God. Okay. Now, it may seem like what just happened here undermines everything I said about the book. Fair enough. But you should still buy it. And here is why. Here is why. Okay. Lying is actually how things happen in society. It's what you're going to get from partners and bosses and politicians. This book, it gives you perspective, information, so that you're not taken in by the lies. Yes. I'm beginning to see it now. Okay. This book will change your life because it tells you the kind of lies you're going to be getting and what to do about them. I think I'm actually just realizing this right now for the first time. This book is revolutionary. No one has ever spoken so honestly about deceit before. The book is available at www.deceitandsuccess.com and wherever the best unedited self-published ebooks are sold. Trust me on this. I would never lie to you. This book will change your life. Go out and buy it. So, there you have it. The book is Never Tell the Truth, Why Deceit is the Key to Life Success. The author's Jim Luther. It is true, it's me. I'm Chris Bailett. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh yeah, and now you think I'm gonna hug you? Oh, all right. How's this gonna work? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. You know that this is not over, right? We're gonna talk about this upstairs. Let's go. www.deceitandsuccess.com. Buy it. It's coming.